And just like that, we slide right into Thursday edition of Talking Trends.
We're back fresh off of our cruise.
Fresh off the cruise.
Back to normal. We got rid of the cruise wear.
We did some laundry.
We're back in civilian clothes, and we're feeling pretty good.
Feeling like separate entities at this point.
It was a nice cruise. Very relaxing.
Very great.
You know, many men's.
Many men.
We're on the gay cruise, apparently.
Yeah.
According to it. But,
cruise day.
We're good. We're good.
Shouts out to everybody tuning in right now. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Talking Trends for Thursday. Always got to look at my phone. March 15th.
We're going to get that whiteboard so the date is the biggest thing.
Exactly. Yeah. But for those who are joining us for the first time, Talking Trends, we like to bring interesting news stories from around the world to the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
And unlike other podcasts, this is done live. So we want to hear your opinions too. And you guys can make the show. And if there's something we haven't covered, send us in a little news article, and we'll talk about it.
Shouts out to people who've been sending us a lot of stuff. Very much appreciate it. People, we love it.
We do. We love it.
We love that.
So if you're wondering what we're going to be talking about on today's show,
yeah, what it is,
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Up first, this boyfriend, this very interesting story, survives a samurai sword attack from his girlfriend.
I can say I've never been attacked with a samurai sword.
Listen.
But this guy's a pro.
Apparently. Rihanna taking some serious stands against Snapchat.
Not happy. She's not happy.
Snapchat.
Riri's not happy.
Keeping on messing up Snapchat.
Yeah, they're screwing up a lot lately.
They have been.
Yeah.
And then down in the States, we have this interesting thing where a high school locked its doors to prevent students from going out and protesting against the gun shootings that's been going on. That's in schools.
Seems like a good idea, all right?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the ongoing story that's kind of happening right now down in Miami, Florida, where there's a university bridge, pedestrian bridge that just collapsed.
Yeah, back to Florida for good news.
Unbelievable.
We can't win with Florida.
We can't escape it.
It's 2-3 times a week something from Florida is popping off.
Yeah.
Not good.
And also, myself and Tony are doing the push-up challenge for March, and as you see on this camera, this is our push-up cam.
Here it is.
So anytime we say a swear word, we have to do 10 push-ups. So if you catch us,
that was me yesterday.
If I don't catch Tony or Tony doesn't catch me swearing and somebody in the chat does, let us know.
Yeah.
And you'll catch us right there by the black mark on the carpet doing a set of 10 push-ups for every swear word.
That's what we do for March.
And we're looking for we're halfway through March now.
So
we have to come up with a challenge for April.
Maybe it's time for people to send us some challenges.
Yeah, as well as news stories as well. And I'll say tomorrow's special guest at the end of the show.
Ooh, daddy. Can't wait.
You want to do the roll call?
Roll call. Who's in the house today? Carrie's in the house. GQ number 1. Rexdale, respect. Yogi's in the house, as always. Mad respect. Tiwu in the house.
Hey.
Juanita, Hope, Lisa, Chris, the man behind everything that we do here. O'Neill, Julie, Bo, and the list will continue as we continue. Thank you guys for joining us.
Sweet. All right, I hate to laugh. It's a serious but
don't do it.
Funny story.
Don't do it.
This goes out to everybody in a relationship right now.
Well, not every relationship. This is very unique.
This is a very unique.
But be careful. Be careful.
So this boyfriend, pictured here, survives a samurai sword attack from his girlfriend. That's right, samurai sword, not knives.
Nope.
She took it to the next level with the samurai sword.
All the way up.
Yep. All the way up.
Yep.
So anyway, Alex Lavelle nearly lost his fingers, his life, and he appears to have lost the woman that he once loved.
Oh, it's so special.
Right? I was just so proud for beating the samurai wannabe crazy lady with hate in her heart, Alex said. It continues. I've been preparing my whole life for something like this.
Wow. He's a samurai warrior.
He's a warrior.
I've never seen a samurai warrior.
I'm going to talk to you how he prepared for this.
Yes, please do, because it must be an intense training program he was in.
It's insane.
Yeah. Do tell. Do tell.
A movie will be made because of this guy.
Yes, I'm sure it will be.
So the woman, Emily Javier, 30, his girlfriend of 2 years, she now faces attempted murder charges. And you're probably thinking, why? So the apparent incident has drawn national headlines. As you can see, it's on Talking Trends, the #1.
Yeah.
It's also landed Alex into the hospital, where he remains recovering from multiple wounds and lacerations. In an interview with police after the attack, Emily claimed she found a Tinder dating app on Alex's phone and also was fumed over his love for playing too many video games.
Right.
Okay. Alex admits that he may spend a bit too much time in front of the computer screen, but he insists he has never cheated. He says, I barely had time to hang out with my current girlfriend, let alone another girl, he said. Gets better. Yeah. Alex said he'd spend 12 to 13 hours a day playing and training for PlayerUnknown's Battleground, a game where players parachute onto an island, gather weapons, and blow each other up, just for you guys who don't know what the game is. Huh. So the long hours also required him to spend time doing exercises for his hands, his wrists, his shoulders, and also practicing mouse movements and techniques to maximize his performance. The training is unparalleled with this man. I was thinking maybe he should take that time that he's spending on the video game and maybe, like, I don't know, have sex with his girlfriend.
Maybe that might...
Maybe spend like maybe a half hour.
That might help.
Anyway, so Emily told police that she hatched the assault on her boyfriend after she found evidence that he'd been unfaithful. First, there was the Tinder dating app. Then she said she saw sexually suggestive scratches on his back. Finally, Emily found red hair in the couple's shower drain.
Ooh.
And if you can't tell by the picture, ladies and gentlemen, her hair is green.
Yes, it is.
Emily suspected he cheated on her before, but an accusation that he's always denied. The story continues. It gets crazy. So she grew enraged, went to a shopping mall, purchased a samurai sword.
That's what
as one would.
As one would do.
Right? She spent the next week stewing and plotting her violent revenge. Her anger peaked the night of March 2nd when Alex returned home and ignored her. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ignore your loved one. So she went into the couple's bedroom where she had taped the sword and 2 knives to the side of her bed.
Yeah, I'm plotting it out. This sounds like a movie, man. I like this.
It's getting good.
Okay. I'm on the edge of the seat.
Did they have their popcorn out? So Alex later joined her and drifted off to sleep. Emily told police she also hid her boyfriend's phone so he couldn't call for help. Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Alex said he woke up to being attacked by Emily. His instincts kicked in. And he drew on a lifetime of kung fu films and martial arts training. Wah. I was able to Wing Chun my way to survival, he said, referring to a traditional form of Chinese martial art that focus on close-range combat.
You say Wing Chun?
Wing Chun, apparently. Let's take a picture of this guy.
Let's take a look.
Does he look like...
He can Wing Chun anything?
Could he Wing Chun? I don't know.
Apparently he can.
Anyways, continues on. I saw the look in her eyes, and it scared the living poop out of me. That's what he said. No, that's what he said.
Oh, he said that?
He said poop.
Wow, he must be a bad guy. He's got the language, yeah.
So
he saved us a couple push-ups. Thank you.
So he was later rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. His index, middle, and ring fingers were nearly lopped off at the base of the hand, though doctors have been able to reattach them. Mm-hmm. Members of the gaming community have launched a GoFundMe campaign for Alex, and as of Wednesday, it's raised $8,000.
Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah, man. You got to look out for your fellow gamer when you're in the community.
Well, yeah, because you got no fingers, no more gaming.
See, that's where that's where it's basically at now. I don't know what he's going to do now. It's lots of physical rehabilitation in his future.
Well, I mean, I would say that if you find a new girlfriend, maybe pay attention to her.
That's exactly it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to get into a relationship, you're going to have to, sacrifice a little bit of time. Sorry to say sacrifice, but you're going to have to give up a little bit of time and show some love and affection towards the person that you're pursuing and you want to continue your life with. You might have to give up. I mean, drop down to 12 to 13 hours of gaming.
Just, drop it down a little bit.
Maybe a couple, like 2-3 hours.
Just a few hours.
Right? Not asking for much. You're probably not good. Chances are you're probably not going to be a really excellent gamer, numbers speaking.
Well, I would hope if you're doing it for 12 or 13 hours, that you should be like a pro. You should be on the circuit.
I should be,
if there is some sort of a circuit.
Exactly. I should be going to Cineplex and watching your special when they release them in the movie theaters.
Yeah, and you should be getting paid the big mamoo.
The guapola.
Yeah, because if you're gaming all day, how you going to pay the bills? She's paying the bills, obviously.
She probably came home. That's what I'm saying. She's
Sugar
mad.
mama. Sugar mama.
She's coming home teed off.
Well, I can't say I blame her, man. I mean, the samurai
Would you
sword
take
is very creative.
would you take it to the samurai sword level?
It's a very creative. Listen, she planned this whole thing out, taping them down on the side of the, getting rid of the phone. I like the way she planned this out. Not that I'm condoning this kind of thing, but if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
Here's the thing: she made the call to 911 too, which was interesting. I had the call. I had the call ready to go, but it was very hard to hear. But yeah, she made the call to 911, which is interesting. A twist of events.
She's sick. She's like, look what I did. I'm going to call you. That's messed up. I like that.
Hey, man.
Yeah, she's, I don't know. Yogi says some people do make money from gaming. I'm sure they do. This guy probably should have went in that direction. Bo says she probably should have dated a gamer. Like, they should be dating. Gamers should date each other.
Exactly, yeah. I think the gamers should. Mutual interests, if you will.
But then don't they just both ignore each other?
No. Sometimes they, you know what? I see.
Isn't that the way it
there's
goes?
some gamer couples that have like YouTube channels of them streaming. Like,
I've seen those before. Yeah,
they can turn it into a good business, and you know it can bring them closer together. What's cooler than his and her bringing in money together?
His and her controllers. You know, they got the headsets. They can talk that way. You don't have to face your partner.
No, you can send them in another room.
You're totally different rooms. You know, get along. You can talk that way through headphones.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the way the marriage should be. You just never see each other. Let's go that road. Listen, be careful, gamers out there.
You never know.
If you see a samurai sword coming into your home and it's not hung above the mantle, it may be stuck to the side of the bed.
Or if you notice some missing knives or cutlery, you might want to just have a conversation before things escalate.
Well, listen, he lived.
He did live.
Because thankfully, his training kicked in.
His training kicked in.
Once that training kicked in, listen.
The martial art movies.
He was all right. Without that, God forbid, without the training, how this could have ended. It could have been tragic.
This would have been a sad story.
You know, Yogi says, but I agree. You do have to make time for your special lady. I play games a lot, but there comes a time where I tell myself, okay, that's enough time to chill with the wifey.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if she's coming in the room and you're ignoring her, 12 to 13 hours, like if you're, honestly, I think if you're playing a game for 12 to 13 hours, I'm just going to assume you're at like some sort of professional level, because this is what these guys do. Like they train,
I would assume,
12 plus hours in these gaming houses or what have you.
Yeah, I would assume.
I mean, if he's doing that, like, I don't know. But again, I don't know this guy's history. Maybe he was. But again, if that's the case, don't get in a relationship. Or you know what? They've been in a relationship for 2 years. Yeah. And like the girl knows he's a gamer. But I think also I have to bring up the fact that she thought he was cheating. But I mean, if the guy's,
that's the big. I don't think the gaming thing bothered her.
I think maybe a little bit. I think that was like the cherry on top.
Okay.
But she's like the whole red hair in the drain of the bathtub kind of set things off.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
But again, hey, if you know yourself and you know you can't sustain a relationship, just don't go out looking for one.
Yeah, that might be a problem, people.
Yeah.
Carrie says we game in different bedrooms, so she's a gamer and they game in different bedrooms.
See, you want your own. You don't want to split screen. You don't want to split the screen up. You need
split your life.
You need the whole screen to yourself.
High tunes in. Perhaps he just wasn't hitting it right.
That's what I said. Listen, you want a shoulder workout, you want a wrist workout.
You better be hitting it right.
You need to have sex a little bit.
A lot of it.
That's a good workout for your shoulders. You could do like when you're in missionary, you're like above, so it's like a little plank situation. That's good for your shoulders.
Yes.
That's good for your wrists.
Yeah. Well,
perfect.
I think, yeah. Ideally, your break, if you're gaming, take a break, have some sex, then come back to the game.
Yeah.
Eat. Like, it's a great lifestyle.
It's a circle of life.
You do have to make money at some point in there, but, you know.
I guess.
I don't know. Listen, just if you're gaming, have sex.
Yeah.
I think your relationship will be much better off if you do it that way.
It will last a little bit longer. I think the tensions would have definitely been a little bit lower.
Yeah, I think so. Carrie says, when you do overnight streams, gaming, bring you more tips and stuff like that. So she also says it's too much to game, especially if you have a girlfriend. I think that's what kind of put her over the edge. It's too much gaming. She thought he was cheating.
Exactly. She felt ignored. And again, if she wasn't into gaming herself, she probably was sitting on the couch or the bedroom, just kind of like, what am I doing here? Like, you know.
Yeah. Got to take care of your woman, people.
Got to take care of your significant other.
And the other way around, you got to take care of your man.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Yeah. Nudity.
Nudity.
It always helps. Game in the nude.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe that works. I don't know words.
Shouts out to that.
I don't game. Do you game? I don't have time.
I know. I don't have 12, 13 hours. I can't remember last time I turned my Xbox on. I used to be huge into Street Fighter, though.
Were you?
I won't lie. I used to go to a weekly thing in Clayton Park.
Like a tournament style?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get real bad with it. Anyway, that stopped. But anyway,
all right.
Who wants a piece of Street Fighter? I will tear your ass up.
Ooh, ass. Oh, I said it too.
Oh, double push-up.
Is that double?
That's a double.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. Oh, God.
You called me on that word last time. I was like, it's an animal. It's a donkey. You can't just call me on that, but I guess you can. First 10 push-ups of the day. Here we go. If you guys are just tuning in and you don't know, anytime we curse on the air during March, we have to do 10 push-ups for every curse word. And there's the first one. He's going to finish up here, and then I'll have to go do my 10. All right, here we go.
Get him, my friend. Get him. That kind of worked out perfectly in a weird way. There you go. Good, Tony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job, sir.
More curse words.
There we go. I'll let you get situated for a second before we move on to our next story.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
And I'm out of breath.
That's okay.
Edward says, TK is so strong, boy. He is a massively strong individual. And I'm super tired now.
Yo, what's going on there?
I need a minute.
Holy smokes.
I'm good.
Okay. Up next, Rihanna back in
Riri.
trending situations.
Yeah, a bit of a situation here with Rihanna and Snapchat. Bad form. Another bad form by Snapchat. Snapchat's been screwing up a lot lately.
Bad design update.
Just super unhappy. What's her name? Kylie Jenner had a big, and she's got a big Snapchat following.
Yep.
Big influence on social media, a big thing. Anyway, but Rihanna is not happy with Snapchat. Snapchat's apology for an advertisement that they put out that appeared to mock her domestic violence incident with former boyfriend Chris Brown. The ad for a game called the game called Would You Rather, featuring photos of the two singers, so Chris Brown and Rihanna, asked the users if they would rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris Brown.
Boy.
So this was the options of this game, apparently. She got very upset, of course. As you guys know, Brown pleaded guilty 2009 to assaulting Rihanna during an argument when they were dating, of course. The Would You Rather ad was removed earlier this week, and Snapchat released an apology saying the advert was reviewed and appeared in air. Come on, you only reviewed it after you released it?
I don't. How does this always happen?
How many people work at Snapchat?
And no one sat there and was like, guys, do you think this is probably a bad idea?
Wow.
No, let's just roll this out.
It violates our advertising guidelines. That's what it violated. The advertising guidelines. Not the subject matter. What in the world? Majority of the advertising in Snapchat is purchased through self-serve advertising platform and subject to review, according to the company. Rihanna posted a statement on Thursday about the incident on her Snapchat account, criticizing the company for making light of domestic violence, quoting saying, "Now Snapchat, I know you already know you ain't my favorite app out there.
True.
But I'm just trying to figure out what the point was for this mess," the singer wrote. "I'd love to call it ignorance, but I know you ain't that dumb. You spent money to animate something that would intentionally bring shame to domestic violence victims and made it a joke." Can't argue with that. I don't know what happens sometimes with these large companies when they release things that they realize after it's been released it's a huge mistake. When blatantly to the public we could go, you know what, I could have told you that. A 5-year-old could have told you that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not a good look for them at all. And that's, like I said, it's a whole bunch of things coming down the line, of course, with Snapchat. Award-winning singer ended by saying, "You let us down. Shame on you. Throw the whole apology away." She's not accepting that apology.
Fair enough.
Which I probably wouldn't either.
I don't think so.
This advertisement is disgusting and should never have appeared on our service, Snapchat said. "We are so sorry we made this terrible mistake of allowing it through our review process," which the review process must be like nothing, because you don't need to really review this. You just look at it one time and go, yeah, that's a bad idea. Let's not do
I'm
this.
just picturing that's what I mean, the whole presentation of this, or the whole line of how this even gets approved when it's being made and curated, and no one down the line was just like, maybe we shouldn't do this. But clearly, I don't know who they have working at a lot of these companies.
I would hope that whoever did give the final approval is gone. Because it's pretty bad. I mean, especially in now, the day and era right now, what's happening on social media, hashtag Me Too, Time's Up, all that stuff. This is like, my God, it couldn't get any worse than this right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Carrie says, I love the idea of Snap. Quick, easy messages, and the privacy on there is great. The filters are fun, but since they changed it to the new Snap, I agree. The changes are kind of weird. I don't know. Edward says, the most insane thing about this game is that several people had to approve the ad before it went out. I think that's the most crazy part. Yeah. Not just one person. He says it went through several people, of course.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, I just was about to agree with everything. Like, it just has to go through so many, a line of, like, a chain of commands before it makes it to the final stage, right? And, like, even if you are outsourcing it to whomever for cheap to get it done, I mean, it still has to get sent back and approved.
Absolutely.
You know,
without doubt, man.
It is a it is a network. I mean, you look at Snapchat, it's kind of like a television network, just kind of like how all the video clips are, and it's probably run in sort of the same fashion as a TV network. So in that case, lots of ads probably they clearly get, like, they go through that process before being finally approved by the network or what have you. And again, in this situation, clearly someone dropped the ball. I don't know who gave the final approval. I don't know if it's one person or a team of people, but yeah, they messed up.
On top of everything, with everything that Snap's it's been sliding. It's stock has been going down. People are very unhappy with the changes that they made. I would imagine they would be walking on eggshells. They'd be very careful in every decision they make, not to lose more people that are using the app. They just don't seem to care. They seem to be screwing up over and over again. Snap, you're in trouble. You're against the ropes,
pretty much.
And Mayweather is beating on your sides.
It's not looking good.
You might want to go join Instagram.
They may just have to cut the losses and just sell it off.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see what they come up with, but not looking good. Not a good look. Why don't you go over there? H&M is over in the corner. Right? They want to talk to you.
Oh my gosh, seriously. They're back in the news too, but that's a whole other subject.
Not good.
Not good. Not a good look. Also, another interesting thing with this high school situation. Grand Blanc High School locks its doors to avoid a student walkout over gun violence.
Wow.
So while thousands of students across the nation in America, and I believe here in Canada too, there's a couple schools that did the walkout for schools the other day in protest of gun violence, Grand Blanc High School in Michigan locked its doors to bar its students from taking part in any protest for gun violence.
Wow.
So instead, the district encouraged students to write letters to elected officials in support of gun reform. But what's wrong with doing both? What's wrong with sending a letter and being able to protest?
I agree.
Right? Making the 1-month anniversary of the fatal shooting in Parkland, Florida, the hashtag Enough national walkout took place in schools across Michigan and the country at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, March 14th. But at 9:55 a.m. at Grand Blanc High School, administrators put the school in secure mode. Students said all classroom doors were locked until the end of the third period at 10:23. In an email to students and parents, the principal said he and the school's resource officer decided on security provision in the interest of maintaining a safe school environment.
I don't know about that.
I don't get it.
No.
So according to the statement from the Grand Blanc City Police, the decision to put the school in secure mode was made after the school's resource officer received information from the student that someone would get hurt if the walkout took place.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Ridiculous. So after the school secure mode was lifted, around 100 students filled the hallway in front of the school's main office for a 17-minute sit-in instead. So they all sat in front of the office for 17 minutes for the 17 people that unfortunately passed away last month. However, some Grand Blanc students say they feel that their rights were violated by the school's decision to lock them in their classrooms during this protest period. How about this might be a fire code violation?
It's a fire code violation is the first thing that comes to mind. Second thing, isn't this technically kidnapping?
I was going to say unlawful confinement.
Yeah, isn't that what OJ got locked up for?
This is
you can't hold people against their will.
Right.
That's a public place.
Hundreds of students.
Oh my God.
What if you had like a doctor's appointment or something happened and then it's just on secure mode? What if like a medical emergency happened?
God forbid a fire breaks out or something.
actually happen.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think it's just a big loss and a big L for this school and the administrators for this school, unfortunately. And just the whole, like, they should get the students to email their local representatives. I mean, why can't you do both? Why can't you do the 17-minute walkout? It's 17 minutes. And then do the email or letters as well as that to really show what you stand for and like the message of what you're trying to get behind.
How are they able to lock all the school down? Is that like a thing that they do for what purpose?
I don't know. I'm assuming since the light of all these shootings,
that would be
there's probably a protocol now to lock all the doors so nobody's able to get into the classrooms, in or out of the classrooms.
I can kind of see that. This is, for me, it just sounds like unlawful confinement. It just sounds like kidnapping.
It is ridiculous. And apparently there's a person in the comments when I was reading this story who said, I'm not sure what the high school they were at, but they were essentially saying if they were to walk out and protest, their school was going to take their ID and then suspend them for 2 days.
Wow.
So I don't know what kind of message they're kind of trying to send to the students here and the student body.
Well, no more freedom of expression.
Right.
Freedom of speech is gone.
Yeah.
But let's keep the Second Amendment rights of holding your guns. You can still have that.
Yeah.
But freedom of speech, freedom of expression, you can't have that.
You'll be punished.
What a lesson to teach, especially at school, like where you should be learning like the basics of like the just like the freedom of speech and all the amendments. That's where you're learning them, right?
Yeah.
This is the opposite of what you're trying to teach these kids.
It's a little ridiculous.
I think it's super illegal.
I think there's a couple codes they definitely violated.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to go quietly away. I think something's going to happen against this school.
Yeah.
And who made that decision?
I mean, it had to been the principal, a higher up in the school, to be like, secure the doors. Because there's no, and that's the thing, there's no warning, too. So imagine being in class and then all of a sudden the doors are just locked.
Dude, I'd be freaking out. I would think somebody's attacking the school.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you know the protocol is like, oh, we practiced for this. And then all of a sudden, boom, secure mode.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, obviously someone's in the school with a gun or what have you.
Bad form, bad call.
Yeah, not a good look.
Principal, you go.
Someone has to, I don't know. Again, it's just one of those things where, why do you think this is a good idea?
I don't know.
No one sits there and is like, yeah, this is a good idea. Or no, sir, maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah. No, bad idea, bad form. It could have been ended a lot worse if something would have happened, like I said, a medical emergency, something like that. I don't understand. What's the harm in them letting a protest? They're students. They're going through something right now.
Exactly.
Emotionally, anxiety. The whole thing is happening right now. These students are the ones that have to be in the school. Let them to express their frustration with the system.
Exactly.
The more and more, that's how you bring change. If you stop them from doing it, you're becoming a what's it called? A police state.
Right.
In a sense, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like if the parents aren't doing. If the parents aren't doing anything, well, let the students at least try to make a stand.
Bad idea.
Bad idea. Bad. Yeah, just a really bad look from that school.
Stop kidnapping people.
Yeah, stop holding your students hostage.
You try not to do that.
Unbelievable.
Try that for a change.
And lastly, coming from the great state of Florida, currently going on right now.
It's happening right now. They're updating this as they go along. If you haven't seen the news lately, this happened today. Pedestrian walkway in Miami collapsed on Thursday, which is today, killing several people. The Florida Highway Patrol confirmed the fatalities after multiple vehicles were crushed by the span near Florida International University campus. The walkway weighs 950 tons and was 174 feet long. The bridge was scheduled to open earlier this year. Was designed to withstand hurricane-force winds. Apparently, it's sunny down there in Miami right now as you see the footage. The bridge was built across the 7-lane Miami Trail connecting Florida University campus to the town of Sweetwater, where the university estimates some 4,000 students lived. Quote unquote, we are shocked and saddened about the tragic events unfolding in the Florida University Sweetwater pedestrian bridge. At this time, we are still involved in rescue efforts. So there is fatalities there. Like I said, as we're doing this right now, they're trying to clear this thing up and see who's trapped underneath. In addition, this only went in last weekend. Like it's brand new.
That's
just
insane.
put it in.
That's insane.
One of the witnesses says I was 3 seconds away from being under the bridge.
Wow.
But I looked forward. All of a sudden, I saw the bridge collapse, and it started from the left side of the bridge and it really shocked me. So also added there's probably like 7 or 8 cars under the bridge, so it's very shocking to me. I'm very grateful to be alive. So you're driving up to this thing and all of a sudden you see it collapse in front of you. Ridiculous. The bridge estimated cost $11.4 million and was meant to connect the schools to the city of Sweetwater as part of a $124 million expansion to the campus. Supposed to withstand, like I said, hurricane force winds. It is a sunny day in Miami.
Wow.
They're still trying to figure out, of course, why it collapsed. They haven't figured that out yet. But I'm assuming you pay that much for a bridge. You better tell me what happened to that bridge.
Oh, my God.
Real quick.
Someone is going to have to answer some serious questions.
Yeah, this is a developing story, so they're going to obviously release the fatalities. There is fatalities, obviously, and all the injuries that were involved. But a sad story out of Miami and out of Florida, which seems to be the spot for all the stories lately for us.
Insane, man.
Yeah, it's not good. And I was just in Miami, so this is kind of sad. But, I mean, it's I don't know. We'll see what happens. If this is going to unfold, and we'll give you some more updates. But
Yeah.
sad day in Miami. Watch them bridges.
Oh, God. Could you imagine like the McDonald Bridge just after it's finished construction?
Can you imagine?
I'm not going to.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And the weird thing is this isn't an old bridge. Like that's one explanation. This thing just went in.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, man, is it barely set fresh in a oh, my thing's going off. Sorry, it's very fresh bridge, and it's gone. 174 feet. Gonzo, baby.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens anyway. It's people are commenting they cut corners. Too much sun. Yeah, I don't know if too much sun did it, but there. Yeah. So anyway, shouts out to all the people down there, and hopefully there's not too many injured in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ending on a sad note, but anyway,
It's all good.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
When you
ladies
build a
and gentlemen.
bridge, be
Yeah.
careful.
Goddamn. And shouts and prayers to the families involved in this, unfortunately.
Much love.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be it for today's show.
Much love for everyone joining us today. We appreciate it as always.
Yeah. We're going to have a doozy of a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one.
You got a guest?
Oh, we have a guest?
We have a guest tomorrow. We're not going to tell you who it is.
Yeah, no.
You're going to have to tune in to find
I'm just
out.
going to tune in to find out.
Oh, Lord.
It's going to be nothing but jokes the entire time.
Going to be a fun one on a Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be good, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss it. But yeah, again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends.
Yeah.
Do this Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 5:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we really like your opinions and comments on the stories. And again, if you have anything that we have missed, send it in.
Let us know.
We've been getting stories, and we've definitely been putting them on. So,
And think about the next challenge for next month.
and think about what you
Please.
want us to do for next month.
Yeah.
Nothing too
I'm
crazy.
tired of push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock, guys. We hope to see everybody there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and all the comments. We really appreciate it. And everyone, be safe today.
Yes.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
We out.
Peace.